Hello, I'm Cameron Sheets with Queerty, and it is my honor to be joined here today by Jessay Martin, Robert Reeves, Bill Lyons, and Mick Peterson, but you know them all as the Old Gays. Congratulations on the main reason we're talking, which is your new book, The Old Gays Guide to the Good Life. People are going to be amazed by the stories you share and the advice you give. It's going to be great. So I'm thrilled about that. I think to start, I'm kind of curious what the genesis of this book was. Like, why did now feel like the right time to put this book out there?
Really wasn't our idea. It was our agent's idea.
And because we might not be here tomorrow to do it.
Yeah, we went ahead in studio and we recorded the book for audio, and each of us tells our own stories. And I think each of us telling, and the idea, of course, is that each of us telling our own stories makes it even more, it just makes it completely authentic.
I want to get into this book. I mean, again, it's astounding. And some of the stories that you all share are very intimate and personal. And I'm kind of just floored by how open you all are in this book. I think it gives folks an opportunity to see a side of you that they don't, in the TikToks and social videos. What's something that you share in this book, or a story that you tell that you were surprised by how much you were able to kind of talk about here that maybe you haven't before?
First of all, working with Dips Bear was a pleasure, but she really has the ability to pull out of you things you might not otherwise say to people. And so I have to give a lot of credit to her. I was really amazed when I started telling a story about a particular incident or event that I experienced, how just talking about it brought back so many memories and enabled me to build on the story that I was telling. And it kind of like, oh, I actually did live this.
Bill, for you, is there something that you talk about or share in this book that kind of even surprised you, how forthcoming you were in sharing that story?
Yeah, and it was my bout with mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was my partner walked out on me after 16 years, and I started drinking. My doctor said, Bill, he says, why don't we put you on an antidepressant just to help you over the hump? And my personality started to change, and all of a sudden, I was bipolar. And I spent 18 months at the Langley Porter Psychiatric Institute as an outpatient. When she started asking me about this, it just brought back memories, not good memories, because my mind was going a million miles an hour, and I couldn't control it. I finally realized what was happening to me, and I stopped taking my medication without telling my doctor, and I started feeling normal again.
Well, I mean, I really appreciate you sharing that, and I think that speaks to the power of this book. I think all of you have these different trials and tribulations that you've been through. The magic of this is that we get to see where you are now and how things have kind of come full circle. And Jessay, I want to point this to you next. I mean, what's some parts of your life that we get into sharing this book that you can tease?
I come from a very private family, which is the way we were raised as African Americans. If you have a problem, you keep it in your doors. And my biggest thing when I was reading it was going back and reading the part about my partner passing away. I've lost family members, but there is nothing like love. They don't teach you how to feel, how to live, how to act. And I had to learn it. I went to a support group also. And I've come through it, but I have these moments, and reading it back in the book, just like I started tearing up at the memory. But it was good as healing and seeing that. But we're all survivors. And I'm
Yes,
learning
yes.
because of the old gays to open up and to let it out there. I mean, I'm 70. Who cares?
And lastly, we'll point this then to you, Mick. I mean, can you tell us a little bit about something that part of your life and history that we get into in the book that we haven't discussed prior?
My sex life.
Yeah. Everyone's been wanting to know. So
Everybody's been waiting to know who my first lover was. Yes.
You know, not to put you on the spot now, but Mick and Robert, you talk about your own bit of history and how that's tied with the house, and I again really appreciate the candor in that respect. But Mick, I think it's so funny you say in the book most of the lasting gay friendships you have begun with a sexual encounter, and you say I guess that's required. Is that always how you felt?
You know, there was a song in the 70s from a musical called Dreamgirls.
Oh yeah.
Which the lead character sings, Dina Jones sings a song called We've Got One Night Only. And that's how I look at Bob's in my relationship. It was one night only.
Part of the interview process.
We've got one night only. Anyway, many of the relationships that I still have with a lot of people, guys, began with a sexual encounter.
Mm-hmm.
It develops into a friendship, or sometimes it doesn't. You know, sometimes you just become acquaintances, and sometimes you start trading barbs at each other and throwing mud and stuff. You know, it just depends.
Yeah, of course. I mean, right. I think it's just a natural part of that's what being gay is. I wondered though, for the rest of you, I mean, if this is a philosophy that, you know, maybe these sexual encounters are a required part of friendship. I mean, do you agree? Do all of you agree? I see Jessay shaking your head. I kind of thought you might disagree.
I wouldn't have sex with any of my friends.
That's
Well,
fair.
Not sexually attracted.
let me put it this way. I don't have sex with my friends either. What started out as a sexual encounter developed into a friendship.
Mhm.
And so that's different than just saying you friends, because I don't friends.
What's something that you would say you've been able to learn about yourself through this friendship over the years?
Being able to open up. Let's say my private life is my private life, and there's still a lot of privacy that I don't let in. But that's been the main thing, to open up and to feel comfortable with all the dirty language and the moves and the clothes that I'm not used to wearing. But it's been fun.
It's come as a surprise that I could get up and do dance routines in front of a camera. I've not performed in front of people before. And so just simply learning that it's something I can do and it's fun is a new discovery for me.
God, what have I learned? How to keep a straight face.
Patience with your fellow old gays.
It's beyond that now.
I have never gotten to know a group of people so quickly as I have within our family here.
Between the four of you, there are 240 years of life experience. 240 years from now, where let's think ahead. What do you hope for the future of the LGBTQ plus community?
To say that we're all human, that you're gay, you're straight, you're bi, you're trans, you're all this, but we're all one. That's what I look forward to, and to loving each other as humans, as different races and different just life. We're one. We're all here for the same purpose, to live.
In my lifetime, to have seen all of these changes, I never expected that we would have such a high level of acceptance on whatever, whether you're conservative or liberal, the acceptance of same-sex marriage, or the acceptance of same-sex or LGBTQ, well, I should say lesbian and gay and bisexual people as accepted people in the military. Where the edge is right now, where the battle is being fought, is in the area of transgender rights. We have achieved a great deal in these last 50 years. As to what would happen in the next 240 years, I have no idea. I think that the pace of change is going to be even faster. And you have to look at the younger generations to see that there is, within the age group of 35 and under, complete, overwhelming support for transgender rights. All of this other stuff is a given. And I look to this younger generation to continue the struggle, but also the celebration. The one thing that people say about us is that we know how to give a party. And, we should look at this as a party. It's a struggle, yes, but at the end of the struggle is victory, because that's all I've really seen.
You're right. It is a party. We are celebrating. That's what Old Gays is all about. Life's a party, right? Gentlemen, I'm so grateful for the time today. I mean, I think everyone will hopefully know, but they should know that the Old Gays Guide to the Good Life is out November 28th, and they should check it out. They're going to love it because they love you. I mean, how could they not love it? It's such a great book. It's such a great read. Thank you for the time. It means the world.
Anytime, Cameron.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.